Guys, welcome to the spiciest channel on YouTube, if I could say so myself. I'm going to be bringing you today the most anticipated. I say most anticipated because I know, let's call it Space of Spades. Fire King players have been coping with a lot of the builds ever since OSS got banned. And listen, I was thinking before I was making this video, I was thinking about the next ban list and how this deck is going to move forward. I just want to give you guys a little bit of message of hope because Konami has recently been moving his ban list by giving grace to the old decks. What I mean by old decks is like the very few recent decks that have been touching. They've been like somewhat slowly warping them back into the meta by like changing the ban list up so they could help them stay meta relevant, I guess. So that's why they put the Rescue Ace card from 1, 2, 3 so they can actually play it. So what I'm trying to say, guys, is there is kind of a small glimpse of hope that OSS will get unbanned somewhere in the future, knowing that Malice and Raizu are a bit of a fucking problem, and maybe if they want to sell Asamina cards in the new Snake-Eyes release, which, by the way, we still don't know if the support is gonna bridge into the Fire King engine again. We'll see. For now, White Forest is like the best combination with all these cards, Asamina, Snake-Eyes. But today I'm gonna be bringing you a post SUDA Fire King Snake-Eyes deck with no Wanted, no Diabell Star, no Asamina cards whatsoever. And I'm gonna give you the reasoning right now. I'm not gonna do it in the beginning of the video, because if you just want to click out because you like your Asamina cards, that is completely fine. For all intents and purposes, yes, this is a Fire King Snake-Eyes, but it's mostly like a pseudo Fire King mostly build, because a lot of the I'm gonna say Diabell Star cards lost their main purpose to be the bridge of OSS into the Fire King engine, so they're not worth running. You're better off running just Castras if you want to play them as an extender, which we are playing. And you guys gonna see that the Snake-Eyes engine that goes into the Fire King is going to be like the vice versa of this, of what it was played before. So basically you're going to bridge into the Snake-Eyes engine with your Fire King cards, not vice versa. You're not going to bridge into the Fire King engine with your Snake-Eyes cards, which you'll see in a second that it's going to make perfect sense. And before I get into the build, I always say this: shout out to the Yu community for always being supportive, always commenting. And like, this Fire King videos have been, listen, I don't want to segregate like how do I say, like, themed players. What I mean, like mermaid players, Fire King players, whatever, White Forest players. But the Fire King people are lit. That's all I gotta say. No pun intended, by the way. But with no further ado, let's just fucking get started. We're gonna play 3 Volcanics. This is not gonna change, by the way. This is like, this was played as 3 before. There is no way you're gonna play any more than less than this, because this is like the best normal summon. More now because small spoiler alert, we play the rank 4 that searches you the Pyro card, which is going to be the bridge into the Snake-Eyes cards, and you're gonna see how easy you get into that card. So 3 Volcanics, 3 Kieran, which is like the best hand trap dodger, I guess, if you want to call it like that. Most people have been playing it 2 in some builds, but I think that's completely wrong. You just play 3 because it's like one of the best extenders. 1 Ponix. This is still correct at 1 because you still want to always resolve Volcanics first and then search this. You don't want to do anything in between. And I think 2 is too much. 1 is like absolutely perfect. One of the new Garunics, one of the old Garunics, which is, they're super essential for the combo. Of course, yeah, you could actually opt to play more than this, yes or no, because you're going to use your Fire King engine as the main commodity of this deck. More, since you're not playing the Diabell Star engine, of course, you're going to be cycling your Fire King cards more. We do play Baron. I fucking hate this card. I hate drawing this card, but it's needed for the combo because we do play the Falco card for the Castera. bridge into Snake-Eyes into the Fire King engine. So if you get locked, this is like the card that ends you on a decent end board while you're locked into XYZs. So yeah, that card is needed, and in some of the combos is like super good actually to pop with Garunix. And one Arvada is because it's like the best end board negates you can play on this deck. So yeah. And for the Snake-Eyes cards, we do play a small amount, but the small amount is like really good. So it's one Oak, one Ash, obviously there, one one Poplar, one Ash there, obviously there, one, and one Oak. This card is still really good because there's some lines where you just want to get into the graveyard. So when you Flambridge floats into your opponent's turn, you can like bring a bunch of monsters back, and of course Flambridge himself, which is absolutely crazy. These cards are absolutely, with the inclusion of the new fusion, which you're gonna see when I show you the extra deck. So just so I could say everything I'm gonna say about that card when I show you the extra deck. But these cards are absolutely crazy with obviously with fire linking. So I just wanted to add into this. This is what makes the Fire King engine by itself like good. Of course, the Diabell Star engine was good, but the whole point was like using the Fire King, the Snake-Eyes engine to link into your princess into Apple Whale. So yeah, like these are like the really good cards is what I'm trying to say. Since you're not running that Diabell Star engine, you might actually think it's like a detriment to the deck, but it's absolutely fucking not. You don't need those cards. But as a replacement, I'm playing the Castras as a means to an extender, so you don't need the Diabell Star. This just does the same job, but it gets you a fire, so it's like absolutely cracked. And this card by itself just becomes volcanic, so it does everything what the deck needs, and it's a board breaker, obviously. So yeah, these cards are really good. And this is a level 4 that facilitates the rank 4 again. That helps you go into your Snake-Eyes engine. And we're still including the Electro Blaster. Dude, I absolutely love this card even more because again it's another level 4 that helps you go into the Lady XYZ to go into Poplar, and of course the Mangacho Dragon. So yeah, this is like just opening Castra with this is like absolutely good, like because if you guys don't know, you can go like get this special summon. You don't need to special summon it, but for all intents and purposes, you can special summon this, drop Macho, go into Lady. Actually, sorry, if you have to normal summon this and go into Lady and then go into your Snake-Eye plays. So it's like one of the best extenders you can play. It just synergizes way too well into the build. So yeah. And in case you guys don't know what this does, I'm just gonna do some oversight. If you guys want to see my Pure Fire King deck list, go to my videos, and you're going to see like a more budget build, and you should absolutely check it out if you just want to play this deck as a budget option. Look at it, it's super fucking cheap. It's like 50 USD for the deck. So yeah, when you're normal summon or special summon a fire monster, you can special summon this and you dump a Pyro level 8, which is this, and then yeah, this card, when you pop a fire in your field, it gets to special summon itself. Which, by the way, this card is really good assurance against Detonator, because if you normal summon and you special summon this out, and then your opponent is put on in a situation where you're already linking up, but if he detonators any of your effects, you could just like special summon this and draw you a card, and then you're like slowly grinding out his detonator without actually like having to break it with other cards. So it's like really neat interactions that the deck just by default has. And I'm running 12 hand traps. I'm running a combination of hand traps and board breakers because I feel like this deck kind of struggles against boards, and you don't actually want to play like 12 a lot of hand traps because your deck just actually functions as like two card combos. So yeah, I just played the best ones, which are just Imperm, Nibiru, Vela, and Ash. And Ash is obviously just the best one because of the fire. So yeah, 12 hand traps. And let's go into the spell. I'm playing 2 field and a sanctuary. For the longest time, I've been playing 2 and 2, which I still is very good. But the deck I said 50 cards, by the way, and I didn't want to run more than 50. You can actually like, cut a few cards, which is just one extra of this, but I just want to leave it. At 50, so the ratios for the hands are like a good combination of everything. So yeah, I run one sanctuary, two of the island, because island alone is like really good, especially if you're trying to play first turn. Your opponent has to ash this inevitably, otherwise you're just gonna search volcanics, and if you draw any of the extenders like the Kashras and the electro blasters, like there's very few hand traps that can stop you from playing in that position. And Skybird, because it just helps you break boards. Like, yeah, we just want to run the cards that help you break boards. You just want to run them. Divine Temple and 3 Bonfire for the Snake-Eyes cards. Yeah. Just nothing much to say about this. It's just the main application for Bonfire is just literally search Poplar as an extender. So this is literally just an extender card, and obviously this is what Poplar searches. Obviously we don't have OSS, so rep OSS, but this is still really good, and I'm going to show you why at the end of the video, because I'm going to show you 2 combos that which you need to know, which I feel a lot of people don't actually know. So I got you guys. I got them. Listen, a lot of people, when I made the Electro Blaster combo, people were actually surprised that line actually existed. So I got you, Fire King players. Anyways, I play board breakers in the form of 3 droplets and 2 talents, just because the best card, obviously I'm gonna keep saying Detonator, but fuck that card. But yeah, it's a card that you need to be prepared for 100% of the time. Malice is actually really good, of course, because it banishes, but you're obviously better off playing into a Malice board than just into a fucking 4 material Detonator with Eclipse. So you just need to run these cards so you can deal with that shit. And one Call of the Grave, which I was opted not to play this because, and a lot of people are just signing this out for when they go first, but with the inclusion of Eclipse, you actually need that card, because that card is Exodia. If you try to break your opponent's board with an Eclipse under the Detonator, like, it makes your life absolutely fucking harder. So yeah, Call by the Grave. And 1 for 1, which is the God card. So yeah, it's rounds out at 50. Yeah, like I said, guys, I've tried playing the Azamina engine, but the problem is, here's the problem with the Azamina engine. When you activate Deception, most of the time, often than not, you're going to be tributing a monster that you actually need to resolve Volcanic. So, like, let's say, for example, you have to send an Ash to play to your Azamina engine. You're cooked, because that way your Volcanics doesn't resolve, and then your Azamina engine doesn't actually get you into any fire cards or OSS. So it's like, it's not what it used to be before. I'm not saying that the Azamina cards are not good, because it does bridge you into an Omni Negate, but you're most better off just hard summoning Photon, which I do run in the extra decks. You're much better just summoning this as a monster negate if you want to actually play through Nib in some combo lines. So yeah, like, I think that this is the best iteration for the main deck for now. So let's get into the extra deck. Let's start with the fusions, and we just play one, which is a fire. Okay, now I'm going to start talking about this card, which is the Snake-Eyes Doomed Dragon. If you guys don't know what it does, it sends 2 Speller Trap monsters from your Speller Trap card zone to the graveyard to try to special summon itself. Then it targets a monster in your opponent's side of the field and puts it in the back row. That second part is irrelevant. We use it to bridge Poplar alone into this, and through Cross Sheep you can actually summon Snake-Eyes Ash with the field, with Cross Sheep's effect into the field, right? And it'll search you Poplar, and then yeah, you've actually cucked and gotten into the Fire King engine with just this card here. And another thing, it's a level 8, which is very important, because it helps you go into Photon, helps you go into Fire King Soldier. So this card's absolutely cracked. It breaks boards, which is really important. So the Poplar just becomes like a board breaker itself. So yeah, that card's really good. It alone is enough of a reason to make the Snake-Eyes engine like an actual viable strategy to just put into your deck, because a lot of people just been playing the same pile, and I'm not saying it's like completely wrong, but I think this is like a more optimal version of the deck, because it just synergizes too well together. And as you can see, I'm playing the Arsenal Falcon because it makes the caster card Volcanics by itself, but that is not all the purpose it has, because we do play, this is the card I've been talking about, you play Infernal Flame Banshee, so you can take your Volcanics, like the Fire King engine by itself just runs multiple copies of level 4s. You have the Rise Heart from the that you can search off the Fenrir, and you have the Electro Blaster you can just special summon, which just helps you go into Poplar. Poplar goes into the field, and then yeah, you manage to go into the Snake-Eyes engine, because you don't actually need to summon Ash with the field with the combo. I'm saying you can actually like special summon Oak, and you can get Flambridge out of the deck that way. And of course, like I said, what I mentioned about the Snake-Eyes engine, the Snake-Eyes engine is just absolutely cracked for making first boards. One coach, because I'll show you in the combo, it's like the best XYZ for the combo line when you go locked into Fenrir. Most of the combo lines are kind of the same, but you'll see. One number 90. This could have been the Hope Harkenbringer, but this is obviously just helps you detach the Garunix in a smoother way, because if you leave the Volcanics under the 90, you might actually lose just because of that. And one Garunix Eternity to round out the XYZs. And for the links, Cross Sheep, Hita. Cross Sheep is just very important for the combo. IP and SP, which are broken. It's literally the same links you run for the Fire King. So it's all the Solomon Grade, Princess, Ambler Whale, Raging Phoenix, and Silentis. So yeah, it's like the same combo cards you originally ran. And real quick, guys, I'm just gonna show you the combo. The Snake-Eyes combo. Let me show you the Snake-Eyes combo first. I'm just gonna use a Fenrir as an extender, just so I don't have to get into a lot of the combinations of cards you can have. But you do need a special summoned monster that doesn't actually take your normal summon for this, but you're going to see. This is like the main combo line to for you to get into your Fire King engines, but you're going to see there's multiple ways. But again, these are just 2-card combos, so be wary that still they're not as crazy as before as OSS. So you're just gonna want to bonfire into your Poplar. Right, Poplar's gonna special summon itself, which gets you Divine Temple. Obviously, you special summon Fenrir first. You activate the field spell card, which gets you Ash to put in the spell and trap card zone. And that you're probably like, Manny, why are you putting Ash in your spell and trap card zone? And yeah, you're gonna see, like, hey guys, let me cook. Then you're gonna link these two off into. Oh, we didn't activate Fenrir's effect, by the way. I'm not dumb. I'm just saying, for all intents and purposes, that you don't resolve any other cards. You're gonna see how to get the Fire King engine out. So activate Poplar's effect to put the put into the spell trap card zone. And since you have 2 of these into in the spell trap card zone, you can attempt to special Doomed Dragon. You have Cross Sheep. Cross Sheep is gonna trigger itself to try to special summon a monster from the graveyard level 4, and then you can special summon Ash. There you go. And Ash will get you Ponyx. And as you can already see, you can go Ponyx into the Fire King engine. And yeah, that's the way to bridge into it. But like I said before, there's lines where you can go into Banshee, where you can go like Poplar, search the field, get Oak, go into the cross sheep, and then it's basically the same thing, but you use that plate with oak, so you can go into flange, blah 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 blah. So it's like it's a very it almost feels like it's way too smooth. Like these cards are going to bridge into each other. Oh, actually, let me show you too the Fenrir combo so you guys can see it too. Because I feel like that combo is very important to know. This is what the Casher Fire King players have been doing for the longest time, because it was basically the best iteration of the decks anyways without the release of SUDA. So you special summon Fenrir. Got yourself the Rise Heart from your deck. There you go. And then you special summon Rise Heart. It's a level 7, right? So you're going to link into... You're locked into XYCs, by the way. Well, if this is a 1.5 combo, because you do need a fire in your hand. So you detach the Rise Heart. Special summon Volcanics, by the way. Oh, actually, it doesn't detach, by the way. That's... very important. This is a once, by the way, it's a once per turn effect. That's actually crazy. Use special summon Volcanics. And this combo, the way I'm going to show you this combo, it's important because remember, you're locked into XYZ, so I'm just going to show you both patterns that you could do. So you could go Garunix straight into Garunix. When you pop a fire, I'm just going to use an Ash here and pop the Ash. Get Garunix. This is level 8. Garunix is going to pop another Volcanics. And it's going to get you the old Garunix, and then you can XYZ into the coach. And you can draw 3 cards. Simple fucking enough, right? And there, you've managed to draw 3 cards, which, by the way, is really good in Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't know if you guys knew. And you still have a fire, so you can trigger Garunix on your opponent's turn if they interact with this. And the other line you can do is that we're left here. You pop Ash with Volcanics. You search your Ponyx. Which gets you Sanctuary Island. Which pops this. Island is going to search this, and you're going to special summon this from your hand. And here you're going to pop with the Garunix. You're going to pop Baron. This is why you need Baron on the deck, because there's like a lot of lines that work like this. You pop Baron from your deck. Right? Sorry for the glare, by the way, guys. Then you XYC summon here into the Photon. This is why I said it's very important. This is like the best one, because the Garunix will stay under here, and when you go to your opponent's turn, right, you only have XYZs, right? You manage to circumvent the lock, but you're gonna search your carry on your turn, and what's gonna end up happening is that obviously your opponent is gonna fucking attempt to play Yu-Gi-Oh, right? So you're gonna try to shotgun any activation of monster effect he does. So you detach this, and then you're free to like carrying them by destroying Ponyx, and then this will trigger special summon itself, and there you go. Blah 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 blah. Then you have this live, Sanctuary Life to XYZ, and there you go. Which is really good. So there you guys have it. That is the 2 main combos you should know, especially the Doom one, so you know how good of a bridge the Snake-Eyes engines are still into the deck. If you guys want a more in-depth video where like it's like the full interrupted combo, you should mention it in the video. I'll try to like do, like, for example, if you draw Bonfire plus Fairy, or the full combo, if you draw Electro Blaster plus Poplar, the full combo. Yeah, so I can show you all. Just leave a message in the comment sections, by the way, guys. This is the deck I'm probably going to be taking in levels this week, so I'm just going to give you like a report and things I'll change and whatnot in another list. But yeah, I'm going to close the chapter and say this is probably going to be the best build for Snake-Eyes, or combination if people will still try to include the Asimir 1 engine into the deck. I personally think it's not needed, but you guys don't need to search for any more builds. I think this is going to be the best build. So yeah, again, shout out to the Yu-Gi-Oh community. Thank you for fucking watching, guys. Remember to like and subscribe the video, And I'm going to be bringing you a 10E deck profile, the White Forest deck profile, so just stay tuned for that. Love you guys. Have a good rest of the weekend. Oh, dude, I'm already fucking struggling, bro. I wanted to be the weekend already. But anyways, have a good rest of the week, guys, and peace.